So heartiest welcome for the Sunday feast program at ISKCON Boston Temple. So today is a very auspicious day, and we all know why it's very auspicious. So on this auspicious day, we would try to reflect upon a very important subject. And before we go further, please join me in saying prayers if we all also can follow and understand. Okay. Om Jnanatirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadadhyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagarajata Sahagana Thanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Dalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhur Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubheva Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you for joining us in these prayers. Even if we don't understand completely the meaning of prayers, what we are listening to, the prayers have impact on all of us. And it's not just that it impacts us as human beings, but it impacts every being on this earth, which is part of this material world. And because it is sound vibration and it is very powerful and it is spiritual, it impacts everything in the spiritual too. So that is, the greatness of all of these prayers. If you all know that this month, April, we have one more very important occasion which is coming up. Does anyone know what is that? And it's really in relation to the topic that I'm going to talk about.
Sita Navami related to Bhumi.
Yeah, definitely that's another important, very important event. Any other? Akshay Tritiya, thank you. How about from the point of view of United Nations? Is there any other important event which is coming up? Any important day? Thank you so much. That's 22nd April. Yeah. So, it is World Earth Day that we celebrate on 22nd April. Yeah. And that's the day that, everyone makes an effort to ensure that we improve the consciousness. So the way when we celebrate, Chaitanya, Lord Chaitanya's appearance day, God Purnima, or we celebrate Ram Navami. Similarly, on, all of those environmentalists who are working towards improving the state of, the earth, yeah, they all ensure that their consciousness throughout the month is, oh, I'm serving Mother Earth. Yeah, I do something in my life which will bring some impact. It will make things better for Mother Earth. Yeah. So there's also one more important event today back in Govardhan Ecovillage. Does anyone know? It is Brahmotsav of the presiding deities at Govardhan Ecovillage, the place that I come from and where I work as Chief Sustainability Officer and Dean. So it is the birthday of Shri Shri Radha Vrindavan Vihari. Yeah, so today? Yeah, it's today. So it's happening. So rather, it happened today.
On Sunday.
So the date wise, it is, or the tithi, whatever, it was today. Yeah. So, and in their remembrance, I'll try and talk to you as we go further today. Yeah. So, do you like the photo here? What do you think? What does it look like? Can you guess what those the umbrellas, look like? Yeah. You can maybe make the, yeah. What are these structures here? Any guess?
Entrance.
Entrance, yeah, entrance to, but what? It resembles something back in Vrindavan. Thank you, Kalyadaha. Yeah, so the place where, it is the most approachable place, it was rather, in earlier times when Yamuna was flowing actually close to Kalia, the earlier. It is now that Yamuna has shifted its course back in Vrindavan. Yeah, but earlier it was, flowing from the Kaliyada. Yeah, so this is the place where we do Yamuna Arti every day in Govardhan Ecovillage. Yeah, in the worship of River Yamuna. Okay? So as we go further, seeking blessings from Srila Prabhupada, as we reflect upon what are our services in the mission of ISKCON, the mission that he has, he held so sacred in his heart. Yeah? So as his granddaughter, we all aspire to, contribute to the mission of Srila Prabhupada. When we talk about Kali Yuga, definitely Kali Yuga is wrought with so many challenges. Yeah, and we talk about a lot of global challenges which are happening at this point of time. Can you share what do you think, which are the most pressing problems right now that we are facing? Anything that comes to your mind? Global warming. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's, and in fact, if we are not able to keep the temperatures below 1.5, we will be losing a lot of islands. We will impact Earth forever. Yeah, and that is what we are already doing. Yeah, which is called as the Anthropocene era. Like humans are in a negative way impacting Mother Earth. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Yeah, yes. Any other challenge? Oh, wow. Yes. Yeah. Any other thing that comes to your mind? We have just recovered from one major challenge.
Depression, COVID.
COVID, depression, thank you. Yeah. COVID and COVID caused depression. Yeah. Wars. Yeah. And here probably you have almost, guessed all of the problems right. Yes, so there is this long tail of COVID that we are facing. And any guess, there is a connection between the rising number of zoonotic diseases and the state of environment. Because we are destructing the habitat of all of these beings, they are entering into the space of human beings. Yeah, and more zoonotic diseases. So COVID is technically called as a zoonotic disease, which is carried by other animals. Yeah. So in that sense, zoonotic diseases will be on rise. Yeah. And if we don't take care of environment, it is ultimately going to again impact us. Yeah. Natural disasters. We have accounted for $313 billion as global loss due to natural disasters in last 1 year. This is the picture from Pakistan. And Pakistan is on the verge of, so the way corporates declare bankruptcy, countries declare that we don't have anything anymore. If you help us, then we'll be able to feed people. Otherwise, we can't even feed people. That's the state right now in Pakistan. Yeah, and they had tremendous, floods this particular year. Poverty. 698 million people face extreme poverty right now, and unfortunately, COVID has forced another 150 million people into poverty. Yeah. And this is the most dangerous. Pollution is polluting our future. Yeah. And this picture is very symbolic. Yeah. And, this is what we are probably gifting our children. Yeah. If we don't take care of environment, that will be the state. Okay. So what did you have for today in the lunch?
Dal rice.
Dal rice. Did you take plastic? Are you sure? Did Mama serve you plastic? No? So actually, we are consuming 5 grams of plastic every week from food, water, and air. It is in the form of microplastic or nanoplastics. So there are a lot of things that we can change as habits to reduce plastic consumption as far as possible. So it's definitely a clarion call from Mother Nature, from Mother Bhumi, as I mentioned. So she is the consort of Lord Varaha Devi herself. Yeah. And as I mentioned, Shri Radha, Gopi Vallabh, Nitai Garam, Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani. So when we talk about, today's discussion, when we have in the context of what we have discussed right now, the global challenges, the clarion call from Mother Nature, today's day is very significant that we discuss this. Yeah, today is Easter. It's resurrection of Lord Jesus. Yeah. Isn't it also the clarion call from Mother Nature that, she is being destructed, yeah, heavily exploited, yeah, crucified in that sense, yeah, and that we all have the responsibility towards rejuvenation of Mother Nature. So today on Easter, probably we can take one small pledge that there is something that I'll do better. Yeah. So we just celebrated Hanuman Jayanti, if you all remember. Yeah. And there is a very beautiful story about Hanumanji and his interaction with Lord Ram when he was attempting to find Mother Sita. So about this, Lord Ram was in utter state of sorrow when he was away from Mother Sita. And it was as if he was lamenting like an ordinary husband, yeah, being away from wife. Yeah. So Hanumanji Brahmachari himself, yeah, he was thinking, yeah, so Lord Ram is Lord. Yeah. And we know that Hanumanji is ocean of devotion and love for Lord Ram. Yeah, he's no less than an ocean. Yeah. In fact, let me ask you one small subset question. Sundarkand is part of Ramayana, right? You may have heard of this word, Sundarkand. Who is Sundar in Ramayana? Who is Sundar in Sundarkand? Who said it? Yeah, thank you so much. So someone may say that, oh, maybe Sita Maharani is Sundar in Sundarkand. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but Hanumanji is referred to as Sundar in Sundarkand. Why he is referred to as Sundar? Because he united Lord Ram and Mother Sita. That's why he is considered as Sundar. Yeah. So he was thinking, see, I'm Brahmachari, Lord is Lord. Why he is lamenting like an ordinary person here? Yeah. So that one, doubt came in his mind at that particular point of time. But Lord Ram just smiled at it. Yeah. He noted what, Hanumanji was thinking inside, and he just gave his ring to be given to Mother Sita. And when he went to Mother Sita in Lanka and handed over, and when he actually saw Mother Sita, she was so beautiful. She was embodiment of all goodness that could ever be. She is the ocean of mercy. She is the ocean of love. And when actually Hanumanji met, Mother Sita there, then he said, how dare Lord Ram has taken such a long time rescuing Mother Sita? How can he allow Mother Sita to be captivated by all of these demons for such a long time? So that was a complete 360-degree change in his consciousness or paradigm. Yeah. So similarly, many times we think, oh, we are devotee of Krishna. Yeah, we are Krishna conscious, sadhakas. And Lord Krishna has already told in Bhagavad Gita, yeah, dukkhalayam ashashvatam. Yeah, this world is going to be place of misery, and it will always be a problem, right? So I can just do my part and let me go back. Yeah. And this reasoning is a valid reason. Yeah. And probably it is the same thought process which Hanumanji had. Why Lord Ram is so worried about, wife, why he's lamenting like an ordinary husband. Yeah. But then what is the responsible thought? The responsible thought is, though I'm a sadhaka, I'm Krishna's devotee, I have responsibility in all of the services, which includes service to Mother Nature, who is Bahiranga Shakti of the Lord Himself. If I cannot value the Bahiranga Shakti, how can I value Antaranga Shakti? I cannot. If I understand that actually the Bahiranga Shakti is just the manifestation of Radharani here. It is her Shakti. Whatever beautiful we see here, yeah, this is spring season, yeah, and it has already started blossoming here. Very beautiful flowers are coming. Yeah, it's so beautiful. How can we allow that beautiful energy of the Lord to be exploited at the hands of that demonic mentality? And unfortunately, in case of Treta Yuga, yeah, so the demons were separate than the demigods. But unfortunately, in Kali Yuga, that mentality is within all of us at the same time. The godly mentality as well as the demonic mentality. So at times, we have to free Mother Sita and her expansion, yeah, which is this Bahiranga Shakti, Mother Earth, Mother Nature, from the demonic mentality that we also have within us. Yeah. So that's the message that we start our reflection today. There was a vision which was laid by Srila Prabhupada, and let us see from his eyes as to what he was thinking about Mother Nature and our responsibility towards Mother Nature. Okay? So we all know there are 7 objectives which were laid down when ISKCON was established way back in 1966. Yeah, and that was in 26 Second Avenue. Yeah, the discussion happened about the 7 objectives of ISKCON, right? And they were instituted then after that. Yeah. So these are the 7 objectives which have been laid down as purpose of ISKCON. And if you see closely, can you tell me, is there any of the objective which talks about our responsibility to Mother Nature and the way ISKCON sees and how our responsibility should be or what we should be doing about it? Yeah. And overall about how the world should be. And Number 6, thank you. Number 6 says to bring the members closer together for the purpose of teaching a simpler and more natural way of life.
And also the third one, that for humanity at large.
Yeah, thank you. Third one. And any other? Is there any other, objective that first one? Thank you so much. Clearly, Prabhupada says here that to systematically propagate spiritual knowledge to society at large and to educate all people in the techniques of spiritual life in order to check the imbalance of values in life to achieve real unity and peace in the world. So, what are the values which become imbalance, lead to exploitation of Mother Nature? Which are the, all of the ill qualities which lead to greed. Thank you so much. And greed arises out of imbalance of values. Yeah. So if we are able to clarify or clear the inner environment, we'll be better able to see what are the beautiful ways we can serve Mother Nature again. Yeah. So in that sense and even achieve real unity and peace in the world. So we'll be talking about it in more details, but Srila Prabhupada always used to talk about real United Nations. Yeah. So if we say, let people do whatever they want to, we don't bother, when will the dream of real United Nations come to true? come true. Yeah. And isn't that part of the mission of Srila Prabhupada? And isn't that also not our responsibility as our contribution to mission of Srila Prabhupada? Yeah. Maybe this session gives us a bit time to reflect deeply upon all of these thoughts. Sorry. So as a follow-up to what Prabhupada laid down as the objective, the sixth objective, and if you all know that farm communities were built up after that. The first farm community, does anyone know which was the first farm community which came up in ISKCON? New Vrindavan, thank you so much. And it was way back in 1968. 66, institutionalization of ISKCON. 68, New Vrindavan starts. And after that, it has been wave of 64 plus farm communities globally, which covers 18,300 acres plus space all over the world, which is huge. Yeah. And as Prabhupada said, go natural way. Yeah. Yeah. Do organic farming. Yeah. So many of us feel that organic farming is a modern trend in farming. Rather, I would say organic farming is going back to the roots. It is the most traditional method which was there in farming way back. Yeah. So with these farm communities coming in, I'm happy to share a few photographs. So this is New Vrindavan. Do you see a white peacock here? It should entice you to at least visit once New Vrindavan as soon as possible. Even I have not visited. Please pray that I can too. Yeah. And can you see the produce, the organic produce from New Vrindavan itself? Yeah. And it's very beautiful there. Yeah. The next one is Gaur Vrindavan from Brazil. So let me tell you, some of the the farm communities, they are huge. They're as huge as 3,000 acres. It's pretty big. Yeah. Govardhan Ecovillage is 100 acres. So we can 30 times that. Yeah. So Gaur Vrindavan, Brazil is also quite big. And the beauty of this is, like, Brazil is known for biodiversity. Yeah. And this particular, farm community shares its, one of its border with ocean. So they claim that we have more biodiversity than even Amazon forest, rainforest. How?
Because the aquatic flora also decided.
Exactly. Yeah. So you have biodiversity in the marine, life too, and you have biodiversity with the forest life too. Yeah? So that's the beauty of Brazil. They are doing some amazing stuffs. Very beautiful birds. Are symbol of the biodiversity at Brazil, right? And unfortunately, they are being smuggled. Yeah. So a lot of the government is taking efforts there now and retrieving all of these smuggled birds. The farm community here is helping these birds to get familiar with their ecosystem again. Yeah, once they're retrieved. Yeah. So they feel more insecure out of the cage. They feel more secure inside the cage, unfortunately. And isn't this the same as our state, we feel, spiritual world, yeah, we need to go back to Golok Vrindavan. Yeah, but no, I really enjoy here. Yeah. What about my enjoyment then? Yeah. So isn't this the same situation? Yeah. Like these birds, they feel more comfortable in the cage rather than, in the free, beautiful world out there. Yeah. But like this, with devotees and Acharya's blessing, maybe we also will learn to 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 be more familiar and be comfortable and longing for finally Golok Vrindavan. Yeah. So next one is Krishna Valley, Hungary. They are doing amazing when it comes to organic farming. And let me tell you, the kind of produce that they are producing, it's like who says that the organic farming doesn't produce that much of produce? Yeah. If you come to Govardhan Ecovillage, yeah, I can tell you a situation. We are growing right now turmeric in Govardhan Ecovillage, and the turmeric, the height of the turmeric, yeah, with leaves is this much. So who says that the produce is not much, the quantity, the quality, this and that? In fact, organic farming is all about nourishing soil rather than nourishing plants. So you can understand, definitely the produce will be much better. Yeah. But when you're transitioning from, the chemical based farming and all to organic farming, initially there will be struggle. But once it becomes regularized and the soil quality has gone up, whatever you give to Mother Nature, she will just give you back 100 times. Yeah. And I'm sure, Padma Gopika, she's the expert from this field. She's masters in agriculture. She can vouch for what I'm saying. Yeah. So, Krishna Valley is doing amazing work in the organic farming things. Geeta Nagari, USA. So I'm sure many of you devotees may have visited Geeta Nagari. The beautiful part is a lot of youngsters, they come to volunteer from all of these Ivy League, colleges, universities, yeah, and they stay there and they spend their 2 months or 4 months or a year to learn the natural way of living. It includes organic farming, it includes taking care of cows, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So again, if we want to be relevant to the youngsters, we cannot think of not contributing back to Mother Nature. Yeah. This is Sharanagati, Ashcroft, Canada. This is one of the biggest, farm community. It's not purely, the land is not purely owned by ISKCON, but all of the devotees together, whatever land bank they have is huge. Yeah, and you can imagine Ashcroft has worse weather than what's in Boston. But they are having amazing organic farming there. They're doing it. Yeah. So, we can definitely take a lot of inspiration from them. Yeah. And of course, this is Govardhan Ecovillage. Yeah. So what whom you see here is Girajji. Yeah. So there is a Govardhan actually there in Govardhan Ecovillage. And there is a replica of Vrindavan forest. The photograph that you saw first, it was a drone shot view of Vrindavan forest in Govardhan Ecovillage. Yeah, yeah, here, this one. Yeah, this one is the rainwater harvesting pond, which has 90 million liters capacity. So a 3-story building, 10 by 10 meter, can go down. Is that huge? And we have not used plastic lining. It's just made with black cotton soil, which is compressed. Yeah. And you may have played with black cotton soil in childhood? Would you be making the radio or TV set or sofa set with the black cotton soil? You did that? I still remember every monsoon, that was the thing that we used to do. Yeah. So it becomes imporous when it comes into contact with water. Yeah. So that's so it allows the groundwater recharge till the time it becomes imporous, and after that it holds the water, and it's sufficient for the whole year's water requirement that we have at Govardhan Ecovillage. Guess what this is? The photograph that you see here. You can say anything. What does it look like? Sorry, it is small in size.
Forest. Looks like a forest.
Looks like a forest.
Yeah.
Vegetation, garden, something like that. It's our sewage treatment plant. So we recycle all of the used water in Govardhan Ecovillage, so which amounts to almost 200 KLD, like kiloliters every day. So we get additional 40 million liters of water from this. Can you imagine? So what is this sign from mathematics? Infinity. Yes. Water infinity is possible. You harvest the rainwater, you use it as per the basic needs with the minimal this thing, you recharge as much as possible, yeah, and recycle all of the used water. Infinity is possible. Yeah. So who says that we'll be out of water and then there would be Third World War because of water? Do you know that the possibility of Third World War is because of shortage of water? We can overcome all of these challenges provided we become mindful of the way we are operating. So this is Govardhan Ecovillage. Of course, this is the organic farm. These are the green buildings that we have here. So these are all made up of mud, but looks so aesthetically beautiful, isn't it? Yeah. So these are compressed stabilized earth blocks. So anyone like them can make those bricks. It's a press that we have. It will take a little effort to compress it. Yeah. But once done, it just needs to be sun dried. No fire needed after that. So it consumes 0.27 kilojoules of energy as compared to red bricks, which consume 27 kilojoules of energy. And we don't put plaster, we don't put paint. There you go. And we have the double kind of a ceiling. It allows the temperature to be maintained in the inner ecosystem. Yeah. So if it is very hot outside, it will have temperature 4 to 5 degrees Celsius less than what is outside. And if it is very cold outside, it will be 4 to 5 degrees Celsius warmer within than what is outside. So that's the beauty of all of these green buildings. So what GV is actually...
I have been to GV and I can totally I have experienced it myself that when we were there, so we were in the month of March and it was very hot. So that area actually when GV is there, that area is usually hotter than the surrounding area. But in the buildings, when we enter the building, the green building, it was so peaceful and calm and very
cooler also, right?
Cooler, yeah.
Thank you so much for watching it and thank you for visiting. And I'm sure now we have a validation of what I'm saying. Yeah. And I'm sure a lot of other devotees have also come there. And so GV is like your home. Please come. Please come sometime soon. Yeah, and visit again. Yeah. So, just do I stop now in between and we do the Gaurarti first and then continue speaking, which Vanwali Pandit Prabhu suggested that we do that. Yeah, but till the time the darshan opens, maybe I'll cover one or two more slides. Yeah. Okay, fine. Yeah, yeah. So GV stands on three pillars: spirituality, sustainability, and social impact. All three. Okay. So the basic principle which is guiding GV and every action in GV is simple living and high thinking. And who used to talk about simple living and high thinking very often? Mahatma Gandhi. Okay. How about in Krishna? Thank you. Almost in every other class, you will hear Srila Prabhupada say, simple living and high thinking. Yeah, he would always emphasize this. Yeah, and what we have done at GEV is everything what we try to develop, the way we develop, is in line with this particular principle of simple living and high thinking. Yeah, and it ultimately comes up in the form of living in harmony with self. Yeah, with divine, with nature, and with community. So, but necessarily, spirituality is the foundation of all other, pillars for that. Yeah. So, how it has technically impacted the systems that we have at Govardhan Ecovillage? This is what I call as technically the symbiotic sustainable development model. Don't go by the technical word that I've given to it. I have to use it because academically and in the UN circles, you have to use all of those, flaunt with those words. But simply what it means is nature has its own circularity and course of operation. Yeah. If we break that course with our wrong way of living and a wrong lifestyle, which is not in line with Mother Nature, actually we end up harming, Mother Nature, and though there is a gap between those systems, right? Yeah. So what we have done is we have taken nature's way of handling all of those systems. What it means, as I mentioned, there is water infinity. We rainwater harvest as well as we recycle all of the used water. We go the organic farming way. Yeah. And if you know, soil and water, they're very closely connected. Yeah. When it rains, yeah, all of the water finally washes everything in soil and goes to river and then to ocean. Yeah. So if we use chemical fertilizers and pesticides, we are not only polluting soil, we are also polluting all our water resources. Do you get the point? So organic farming is the way. If we have to build eco villages or if we have to build a community which is eco-friendly, and we say, oh, I want better produce, let me go the chemical way. Sorry, not possible. Yeah. So like this, green building, organic farming, biodiversity park, or what we call as replica of Vrindavan. Yeah. There are 20,000 plus trees of 165 plus species. Yeah. There are some places in Vrindavan forest, if you walk in some seasons, there would be thousands of butterflies. And we have actual videos. I can validate my point with that video. Yeah. So there are 55 plus species of butterflies that we have spotted there. 65 plus species of birds that we have spotted in GV. There are so many who are migrants, like they are flying all the way from Sri Lanka to Himalayas, and they take a stop at Govardhan Ecovillage. Yeah. There are a lot of things that we have not planted ourselves. cherry tomato. We did not plant, but it is growing thanks to the birds. Yeah, they brought it along. Yeah, so nature is very powerful, and it's, if the vicious cycle is powerful, more powerful is nature's virtuous cycle. But we have to just allow nature to be at its best and not hamper it by our wrong lifestyle. Yeah? So this was about the somatic sustainable development. A little bit technical again. How does the energy nexus look like? We are 92% self-sustainable when it comes to energy. How do I say that? We have a solar power plant which supports for 70%. We are very cautious about how the electricity is used, the kind of fittings that we have, and we also have a pyrolysis plant which converts plastic into diesel. Again, that gives energy. Yeah. So we have the soil biotechnology plant, as I mentioned, which uses so we just 1 paisa per liter is the cost of energy per liter for the soil biotechnology plant, and the sewage treatment plant takes 4 to 5 rupees per liter. So you can imagine the reduced energy consumption again there. So accordingly, we contribute, we are like 92% self-sustainable when it comes to energy. And I was talking about water infinity. So this is the butterfly diagram for, the water, system that operates in Govardhan Ecovillage. Yeah. And I've already shared with you the details. Yeah. And this is how the resources waste nexus look like. Yeah. Again, you have heard the term called as waste is not waste. It is a resource. It is a treasure lying somewhere. Yeah. So we have to just get it back. That's it. So we have a community kitchen at Govardhan Ecovillage. We serve almost 2,000 plus meals, free meals every day, because we are in a tribal area, and we work with 100 plus villages in the neighborhood at Govardhan Ecovillage. Yeah. So the organic food waste, whatever, so leftovers of vegetable and all of that, we have a 500 kgs composting plant at Govardhan Ecovillage. And because we wanted to save space, we went vertical. Yeah. So we have a place where the shredding happens. The pieces are cut down shorter, and then we mix it all in the mixer, industrial mixer. Yeah. With the earlier days culture, which is not, completely composted, that part. Then we keep it for 10 to 20 days for composting. Then we sift it. And again, the finer one goes as manure. And we get money out of it, by the way. Yeah. And the larger part again becomes culture for the next system. Yeah. Plastic, 100 to 150 kgs of plastic into diesel. Yeah. And this can be mixed with the commercial diesel and could be used in vehicles, engines, and everywhere. By the way, in South Africa, they have started this as a business. If you're looking for your next entrepreneurial idea, you may think of this, okay? Because you get plastic for free. Don't forget. It's lying in huge quantity everywhere. And if you use rubber also gives very high quality diesel, actually. Yeah. And how many tires? You can think of the numbers, yeah. And especially where it snows a lot, they change tire often. Yeah. So maybe now we should wait. We'll do Aarti first, and then we'll come back to the discussion.
Outside.